Welcome. Today we're gonna give Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup a go. It's quite a long time since I played this game. It's a dungeon crawl, a dungeon-like, a crawl-like, which is usually called. You play a character who's gonna try to survive the dungeon by going down and eventually fetching a pair of stones and bringing them back to the surface again. Let's see. My name is gonna be Olaf. Seems like a fitting name. And he will be playing I want to have a character that's quite strong, at least. So usually Minotaur or Rotroll. Let's go Minotaur for the safe side. And here's the different classes you can choose to play as. Those that are preferred are those in white here. It's usually those that fit the character best. Even if you can play a fire and elementalist Minotaur, it's probably going to be very hard because the skills won't really raise as fast as you would like to. I'm gonna try actually a gladiator. I played a fighter before. I won that round, which I'm quite happy over, but it was a good while ago. Berserker is, as you can see here, believer in Trog, which is the fight god or the warrior god. It's very powerful, especially early on, as they say here. Yeah, I'm gonna go with. Let's go with gladiator. I'm gonna start with a long sword, I think. Yes. Usually two-hand can be very strong when playing the gladiator class. I have some stones and a sling. I'm actually gonna grab this because if I remember right, and if I remember the commands correctly, so it was very long ago I played this game. You can see they have quite good aptitude for. Maybe it's throwing, maybe it's not. I'm gonna check. First, we're gonna remove all the skills. Gonna make sure it's not on auto by pressing slash. Then we go to manual mode. Here you set your skills that you want to be active. I want fighting, especially long blades. I think I'm gonna prioritize long blades, which means it gains more experience. Yeah, I think that looks good. Long blades are one of the stronger sword types. They're one-handed. They're actually stronger than axes. Axes have a possibility of cleaving, which means you hit multiple enemies around you. But here in the first dungeon, it's gonna be quite easy as a Minotaur. I'm hoping, at least. Maybe I screw up and fail in a couple of minutes, but we'll see. Pressing O, you can auto explore, which speeds up the beginning, at least. Very good. I actually use O quite a lot because it saves a lot of tapping on the buttons. Reach level 2. When you level up, you regain both your mana and your health. So sometimes when you're in a dangerous fight, you can use that to your advantage. But usually it just happens, so you don't look at it. Okay. Oh, a ring. Usually I wait with trying on the rings because first explain the item. The items can either be cursed, which means that they give you some sort of malice when you put them on, or just having them on, and you can't remove cursed items before you have uncursed them. There are also some kind of like blessed items that are improved versions, and there are uniques which have other special abilities. I'm guessing we will see them in the game when we get a little bit further, if we do. Because if you die in this game, it puts you back in the beginning, so you have to remake your character or create a new character, so you only have one chance. And that's what I find very cool with these kind of games. Here's a teleport trap. Sometimes you can use teleport traps to your advantage. If the enemies don't see them, they might step in them and teleport to somewhere else in this level. Just let's clean this level out. Yeah, I'm done exploring. You can butcher and eat this goblin by pressing C, and then pressing E, and then pressing T. Right now I'm not hungry enough, but eventually you will start to see that I get a little yellow icon in the top right corner. These snakes can be very dangerous, especially when you play a race that has quite low health pool. It can be very scared to fight those at the beginning. As a Minotaur, I have quite a lot of health in the start, so I don't really have to worry about it. As you can see, I just pretty much hit it in one swoop. Some characters only eat vegetables, which are foods that you find on the floor. They can't eat other creatures. Minotaur doesn't have really that problem, but some characters has to be quite careful, and they're quite careful how they move, because each time you move you start losing hunger, which means you have to replenish that in some way. Oh, a helmet. Let's... Oh, right, I can't wear a helmet because I'm a Minotaur. I got horns. Forgot about that. As you can see down here, I don't know if you can see this mouse. Sometimes with older games it's quite hard to see the mouse when you record. They don't show up. But as you can see here, I slashed the hobgoblin and... Okay, right there it didn't happen, but as a Minotaur you have the ability to headbutt. As you see here, you slash the adder and you headbutt the adder, which is like an auxiliary attack that can happen automatically when you attack. It gives you extra damage as a Minotaur, which makes it quite a powerful early game tool. Oh, here we have Terrans. Terrans are named enemies, as you can see, with the name over his head. They usually have special abilities. You can press X and use the num key to hover over him, and press V. Terrans is incautious. Terrans the Incautious, a violent murderer who kills for both pleasure and profit. Terrans has been forced into hiding after a botched job. There's a price on his head, and he can't afford to leave anyone who sees him alive. As you see here, you can see his AC, his armor, EV, his like dodge abilities, evade, MR, which is magic resistance, extinguish, which is like approximation about how dangerous he is in comparison to you. Usually it's based on level, I think. It's intelligent, which means he won't step in traps like fire. If you set up fire blocks and such, he won't step right into them. He can hit you for up to 5 damage plus his mace. So let's see here. Back out so we don't get surrounded. Shouldn't be too hard. I say, yeah, we got him. Half-life, but we got him. As you can see, my fighting skill and my long blades has increased. That happens every time you level up, I believe. Yes. Press 5 to rest. As you can see now, I got hungry. You can't rest when there are enemies near you. That was quite dangerous of me. Because okay, so let's see here. Press C. Yes, no. So I've eaten some, and we move on. If you get too hungry, you can die from it, but usually you stop it right before that. But you get kind of like malices. It's usually very important to have a keen eye on your hunger, especially when you play a magic character. They have, especially early on, they drain a lot of hunger when you cast their spells. Okay, let's go down one level more. Here I usually start going up and down. When there are a lot of enemies on the stairs, you can kind of pull some of them up to dispatch them and avoid getting surrounded. Oh, this can be annoying. Wait some. I got hungry again. So these nets, they're good to have actually. They can hold down an enemy. To throw, you press, if I remember right, you press F, and then you just target the enemy you want to throw at. The net has a chance to break. If it doesn't break, you can pick it up again. They're very useful, especially if you meet an enemy that that's very fast, that you can't really escape from. Natasha is usually not too hard, but I'm probably gonna pull back. Okay, I'm slow, that's bad. And I took him out. As you could see there, he had summoned a spirit of sorts. And when the creature who summoned the spirit dies, it means that the summon actually disappears, which is very useful. Usually I try to target those who have summoned something. Sometimes if it's way too many summons, you can pull back and go up and wait a while and let them disappear by themselves. Because sometimes if you have a couple of summoning creatures, they can summon like they can summon like 50, but 25, 30 enemies. Usually they can be very strong as well, so it's usually good to try to retreat. This game is actually a lot about knowing when to pull back and when to attack, not put yourself in dangers that you can't escape. Oh, like now, I'm slowed and I'm in very bad situation right now. I have few choices when this happens, and usually they're all luck based, especially now because I hadn't spent any time going through my potions like this. You can see I have a couple of emerald potions. Usually when you have a lot of one thing, you can kind of like assume it's something that's very common, and then the only way to know what it is either to drink it, just test drink it. There's both good and bad potions, which makes it kind of like roulette, or you can identify it with a scroll. Right now, because I haven't found out what my scrolls are, I probably shouldn't try to find out and identify, because each thing I do here takes some time, and that means one of these orc wizards might kill me before I have the chance. So I'm gonna go all out here now. Hopefully, I really hope right now that emerald potions are either cure or health potions. I'm guessing it's cure, but really, come on. It's a heal wounds. It's very good for me. Usually you don't get that many heal wounds this early, but I got really lucky. I'm gonna try to escape right now because I'm in a bad spot. This is better spot to be in. As you can see, he can hit 2 tiles. He has enchanted whip, which depending on what type of enchantment, it can do quite a lot of damage. I think if it's just enchanted, it has plus damage. Usually when you got hit by an enchanted item and you see its effects, it gets identified for you. I'm gonna close the distance. No, it's something blocking me, right? It's the other sorcerer, the other mage. He got invisible. Oh, and I die. My god. That was awful. I should have pulled back, but I didn't. Well, now you see what can happen if you're not careful enough and you think just because you're playing a Minotaur, you are invincible, especially this early. But I'm probably gonna give this one a try, one more try. So see you in the next episode. Thank you for watching.